Hi, I'm Ian, and as you know, I am the designer at Abruzzi, and today we're going to talk about karting boots. There they are, they look a bit bland, but as you know, we pride ourselves on being custom at Abruzzi, so you can have your own name, flag, your logo, and look at the colours, everything you could want from under the rainbow. There's suedes, there's leathers, the possibilities are almost endless. There's reds, there's blues, there's greens, orange, pink, everything. Squirrels! No, not squirrels. Gold looks nice though. Get your custom boots and gloves at abruzzi.co.uk. All of our products are high quality and handmade, so get your wear your way.
And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Hollinger.
The drivers around the corners as long as they hit their...
Max off the lid. We're racing race number 1.
Alright, welcome everyone to MaxSpeedTV here, live tonight with the Luke's Lugness Racing League, a Brucey Raceware USA Cup Series at Daytona. Yep, we're down in Florida already on the sim, and I am your host tonight, Jeff Wood. With me tonight for the remainder of the season, my co-host Robert Panic Matisse, and on the keyboards, cams, and everything else, Mr. Michael D'Amico. Welcome all to the show. Going to be a great race out here tonight, 103 laps, so a little bit of a long one coming to you live early tonight. You know, we like to bring up our sponsor and hear from our sponsor, so we've got a little extended segment coming up with some sponsor news. We'll go ahead and grab Judd Danielson before we go ahead and talk about all the great stuff with Loose Lugness Racing and our drivers. So let's get that sponsor up here. And joining me now here on this pre-race extended segment show, Mr. Judd Danielson, 85, a Brucey Raceware USA team member there. How's it going, Judd?
Hey, good to hear you. Going good.
All right. Well, you know, we're down here at Daytona with the Lugnuts crew, and you know, it's going to be a great night here tonight, and at least that's what we're hoping for. Some great tough racing that we've seen all week, trucks, Xfinity cars, and now over on the Cup side of things. I'm from Florida. Right now, the dirt stuff is running. There's a ton of big teams down in Florida running through East Bay, Bubba, North Florida, you name it, Volusia. All those tracks are going, and then those big name drivers are going to go jump in their asphalt cars, and ARCA, Xfinity, obviously all those guys heading over to Daytona, the actual speedway that you're seeing out here right now. But, you know, big news from you tonight, Judd, and we've been talking all week about this between me and you. So go ahead and announce your new partnership.
Sure, yeah, thanks, Jeff. So, a couple weeks ago, got a hold of an old buddy of mine driving in the Pro Series for iRacing, and he was kind of, you know, running up and down, and he kind of got his ducks in a row and decided that he was going to really go after this, and he actually got hired off one of the names that we've seen on iRacing for a number of years now over on the esports side, the champions from last year's Stewart Haas Racing team. So I got a hold of one of their marketing and branding guys and talked with Jake, and we decided that we were going to be their official apparel supplier for the 2020 season of Dylan Duvall, Justin Bolton. Dylan's going to be running the number 41 Ford Mustang, and Justin's going to be running the number 10. So I got the opportunity to meet with those guys after the draft and have an idea of what they're looking for in the company. And so the Stewart Haas Esports side will be running around this country for the season anyway in the Brucey Raceware USA apparel.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Stewart Haas is a little bit new to the esports side of thing, but, you know, Stewart Haas, a Brucey, perfect match. They're going to get the drivers ready, give them the backing they need. You're going to get the drivers ready by, you know, taking care of their hands, their feet, their equipment, getting some decked out apparel. Obviously, I saw some of the t-shirts out there. But, you know, sponsoring with anyone with the name of Stewart, and obviously Haas Motorsports, Stewart Haas Racing, their new esports. You mentioned their two drivers. They're not going to stop there. I don't think they're going to go on to NASCAR Heat on the PlayStation and Xbox side of things.
Correct. Yep. And it's a TBD right now. From what Jake told me, is that they're still interviewing drivers and such. So when we get those names, we'll get those drivers taken care of as well. So really excited to see how this works out. You know, Brucey's making some big changes internally, and we're going to be bringing some more items. Like I mentioned, you know, just about every week, Jeff, when we talk, Ben, the main guy over there, is always trying to innovate some new stuff, and we're always adjusting the current lineup of apparel, the boots, the gloves. We're always trying to make sure that these things are, you know, as close to indestructible as we can get them. Obviously, the drivers are really tough. Believe it or not, you know as well as I do, these pedal sets, for instance, are really, really hard on your feet. And I am one to attest to racing in my socks for many years. And once I was able to break these boots in and get comfortable in them and adjust my pedals and stuff, my feet feel so much better. It's tough when you got to run around. Just use Daytona, for example, 100 laps, 200 laps. It's tough on your feet, and I can guarantee you that these boots will make you much more comfortable at the end of the night, and maybe your back doesn't hurt as much or something like that. It's just it's just a real nice way to bring something different, something new. I know that, the Stewart-Haas guys, they don't all race with boots and gloves and helmets and everything like that in the e-world. So we get it, but they're going to really look nice going out and doing their public speakings and things like that. And we'll have some big press releases coming out. I just wanted to make sure that Loose Lug Nuts and, got an opportunity. They've been good to me. John's been a hell of a guy all these years helping me build up what I'm trying to do here. So I just felt I could do this for, MaxSpeedTV involved, and you, Jeff, and everybody that's making us look good going fast, and it's just a way for us to give back. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, the sim world, especially here at Lug Nuts, you've been the main sponsor on this season with the cup side of things, and we've all enjoyed it. Sponsorship, anything for esports is a tremendous deal for a league perception, and especially going upwards. I mean, who knows, at the end of the season we could be seeing a person who has been sponsored with Loose Lug Nuts, a Bruzy, obviously I'm talking about. We could see the 41 or the 10 there in Phoenix with a Bruzy apparel on, and holding up the trophy. Who
That'd
knows
awesome.
what that 2020 season might bring.
Right, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Dylan's got a good shot this year. He's got some good guys behind him, and you and I both know they're running open sets, so it's a lot of work. It's not easy. It takes a lot of dedication to get to the level that these guys are at, and I'm just really excited for them to go out there and have a good time and just feel good and know that there's good people, good companies behind them, and we support them, and we look forward to those wins anytime we can get them.
Well, who knows? Justin Bolton, an actual engineer with the Xfinity team, I think, with Stewart-Haas Racing.
Yep.
So that might help with some setups. And Dylan Duval, obviously, I think he has a couple wins on the Pro Tour, but he was the first Canadian iRacing winner
That's
in the
right.
entire
Yep.
series.
Yeah.
So,
I think his last win was at Indianapolis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think you're right, but who knows with what's going on out there. But that's some cool news. I mean, I think if everyone's been paying attention, we're always telling you, go check out the Facebook page, Rusi Raceway USA. You can throw the .com on it, or if you want to, .co.uk. You can still get to the USA side of things.
Yep.
I think we saw a promo code you put out. Is it still active?
Yeah, all the codes are still active, correct. Yep. Anything that you see out there moment is still active. Really, it's just you can use Podium as one. You can use I'm trying not to say this too loud, but you can use Elite 1 as a code that works. My my partner, she's probably listening to that, but those codes are good for everybody. It doesn't matter, but she tries to keep some of them private for folks that support us and through the email programs and things like that. But I just try to memorize as many of them as I can and throw them out there. I mean, the more people that we can get these gloves and boots and shirts on, the more comfortable and the more exciting it is for everybody. It's you feel like a part of a big community, and Bruzy's a brand that's going to be around. We've taken some steps to secure our position in this industry, so we're going to be around for a long time.
All right, well, Judd, it's been great talking to you. We're about 2 minutes towards qualifying, so we got to talk about some points. But before we let you go,
Sure.
I saw that you top 3 to the Xfinity last night, I think it was, or was
got
it?
Got me a
Xfinity.
second last night. Yeah.
Well, up there on that podium you were, so maybe going back-to-back nights, that's the key. What do you think you have to do? And obviously, do you think we're going to have to avoid a big one?
Well, yeah, it's going to be a little bit different for tonight. Last night, the guys that we know up there are always fast and stuff. They just were getting a little nervous. I think they were just kind of pulling out, letting back. What it did, though, is it was kind of forcing me to keep moving forward. And even though I may not have wanted to be up there, I was on the bubble. I had Jackson screaming down my back. I got Jeffrey Merck was screaming up there. He needed to get a good run in. So I just had to pay attention to what was going on, and it just worked out that I got the opportunity to avoid the couple wrecks. We didn't have any cautions. It was kind of weird. So I just kept my car clean as best I could and raced. I didn't want to take any risks for taking the win. Kyle did a good job, threw a couple little blocks at me, and I just thought, this is enough. I'm just going to take my points and get out of here. So it really helped me solidify going into Arizona next week that I'm going to be in the Xfinity chase. Tonight, I'm in the same exact spot.
On the bubble.
I just got to keep my nose clean. I don't know what else I can do, but just try to avoid it all and hope to be there at the end. So.
Well, there's the key. Well, thanks again for talking to us, Judd. I'm going to go ahead and move you down, buddy. And we'll see you at least up here talking about a Brucey Raceway next week into the playoffs.
Excellent. Thanks, Jeff. Have a good night.
All right. Well, now back over to our regular broadcasting. Joining me now on the mic is Panic, Robert Matisse. What's up, Panic?
What's up, buddy?
All right, so we concluded there that whole sponsor thing, talking about the whole thing. If that's not your deal, just bear with us. Now we're on to the racing, and we're at Daytona, man. What other place better to be?
Yeah, a very mild, decent 72 out there. Going to be a very fast race tonight for Daytona. It's awesome, man. Love the night race here.
Yeah, and it's that time of year. It's Daytona. iRacing just did their 24-hour deal. Now they're setting up for their 500. This is essentially our Daytona-ish race during the season. So at Daytona, last race of the regular season. Drop races are gone. We're going to wait for the screen to flip over there. They're going for open qualifying. We're going to throw points up, because it's actually a big topic of discussion. So let's look at those points heading into tonight's race. Mitchell Reeves first with 3 wins. Justin Michael, I'm on the truck side of things. Excuse me there. Let's get my correctness over here as I get to the right points. Daniel Smallwood. Sorry, Mr. Smallwood and Smallwood family. Smallwood first, 2 wins. Justin Michael second with 4 wins. Randy Arms, 3 wins in third. Kyle Chadwick with a win in fourth. Jeff Merck sits 5th in points. 6th, Brandon Thornhill. 7th, Tyler Needham. Mark Jackson, 8th. Ray Richer, 9th. Mitchell Reeves probably needs top 5 finish tonight to secure that chase standing. Trent Drum, 11th. And 12th, Judd Danielson. That's top 12. Let's keep going, though. John Shulcheski, 13th. Big thanks to John Shulcheski on Thursday for joining the ASN team and helping us out at Daytona. Trey Galligan, 14th. Travis Browder, 15th. And tied with him in 15th is John Henderson. Jared Daniels, 17th. Ronald Klein, 18th. Chris Shaw, Chief Shaw, I think he's out in California right now, 19th. And 20th, Keith Haney. So I would say anywhere from 17th upwards here tonight, Panic, we could look at a possible shift in points.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a major deal because there's going to be a lot of guys, down there in the Mitchell Reeves 10th position and Trent Drummond 11th that are going to say, well, I got to go for it because I need points. And there's going to be guys that, like Jeff Merck that are going to be like, well, I got to hang out, and it doesn't work at Daytona when you got 2 different strategies going on.
No, there could be guys, threading the pedal there or hammer down. You don't know what's going to happen. Who's going to qualify well, then sink to the back, like pull off on the back stretch, and who misses the draft. Pit stops were a big thing on Thursday. I believe you had a car down on track last night. What could you tell us maybe some possible carryover here tonight?
Oh, there's absolutely no carryover between the Xfinity and the Cup Series. The only carryover is they both draft. The Cup Series is so low to the ground. The coupe car tandem you can do here for about a lap and a half. I seen Mark Jackson toast his motor in practice or a happy hour, so they don't have any indications either, Jeff. That's just weird about these Cup cars. Once they get hot, they get hot.
So it could be an immediate pop of the motor. I imagine they're watching RPMs, but obviously tons of things going on in mirrors of these race car drivers. Mr. D'Amico playing with some cams as I watch it. So we're watching some of these guys go around, and this is what we're going to see tonight. And there's going to be some upset people. Brandon Thornhill almost missed out on his Thursday points. He doesn't need to do that here tonight, obviously, but people like Judd, who's sitting on that bubble, Trent Drum, who not necessarily the best race car driver on the field, but can find the checkered flag, has himself in 11th points. I think that's really, maybe Mitch backwards, 10th backwards, really needs to drive their butts off tonight. We'll have to see. A minute left in practice.
That's the beauty of Daytona, though, Jeff, is you can be dead last and win this race.
No, I've seen you pass me here previously in Lugnut's history. Different pit cycles that can do who you're hanging out with and some draft. I've seen you go to victory lane and just pass me 2 laps before that checkered flag.
Yeah, and I think there's 2 problem areas I think you're going to have tonight. It's going to be pit road and the backstretch. And people are like, well, what do you mean the backstretch? You're going in a straight line. Yeah, exactly. You're going in a straight line. With these big spoilers, you can't see where you're going in front of you to go to turn 3. And yeah, we could have calamity there.
Yeah, I know we were talking about the Thursday deal. Everyone decided to pit at once on Thursday. I think it was our first or second green flag pit stop, and a truck came rushing down from the outside, and big old mishap entering pit road. Could we see it here tonight? Again, it's a possibility when you want to pit. Sometimes you have to pit. This is a 2.5 mile track. It's not like you have a lot of options. You got to know your fuel.
Yeah, it could definitely happen. I mean, you're coming off turn 4 at 195, and pace speed or pit road speed is 55, and these things don't stop on a dime.
No, we've seen a lot of drivers treat pit road like Talladega pit road entrance, where you can come off 195 miles an hour. You can't do that at Daytona. You got to be lifting immediately.
Yeah, a little bit of a tighter pit road here. A little bit of a tighter track too. Talladega, you can do 4 wide all day if you wanted to. Here, you'd be lucky if you get away with 3. That's going to be the max, I think, tonight.
Yeah, 3 wide's tough enough. We've seen some of that in the Xfinity side of things, where even a lap car on the 3rd row was endangered of getting messed up. We got some qualifying results coming at you. We'll get that pit road action. I think they're lining up on pit road, or they still line up
about 2 seconds remaining. Beautiful night here in Daytona. 70 degrees, 72 in the track temp. A little bit of a wind. Don't know if it's coming down the back or the front, but could be something to watch out to make these cars move around a lot.
All right, let these drivers load in, and we'll get down on pit road behind the pace car and get these names called out. Driver lineup here brought to you tonight by Agave Valley Painting.
I also heard, Jeff, that we're not going on the green tonight.
Well, that would be confusing to me and everyone else out there.
Yeah, I have to see how it plays out. I'll wait till we see what happens. I don't want to say nothing and then be wrong.
All right, well, let's get those drivers. Andrew Feston, the 110 machine. I think this is his first pole position. So he gets a qualifying time of 45.522. Second place, our Saturday sponsor there, Jamie Crandall, 45.535. So close times in the hundreds of seconds there. Lane Dugas third, Ray Richer fourth. He had it for a long time there in qualifying. Topper Dugas fifth, Matt Egan sixth, Mitchell Reeves seventh, Ronald Klein eighth, Mark Jackson ninth, John Szulczewski 10th, Trey Galgan 11th, Zach McSwain 12th, and Lee Ryson Jr. He's 13th. That's the first of, all the qualifiers, non-qualifiers, guys that didn't put down time. 14th, Daniel Smallwood, Travis Browder 15th, Andrew Schulte, good to see him back. His kids and wife give him a night of racing. Jeff Mert 17th, Trent Drum 18th, Jeff Gilmore 19th, Ken Richardson 20th, Brandon Thornhill 21st, Judd Danielson 22nd, Kyle Chadwick, last night's winner in the Xfinity side, 23rd, Jared Daniels 24th, Brandon Murray 25th, Brandon Needham 26th, John Henderson 27th, Tyler Needham 28th, and rounding out the field in 29th, Chris Voiles, but I think we had someone else log in there with 30th. Looks like Justin Michael And Randy Arms come up 31st there with some late entries. So 31 Cup cars on the field.
Yeah, pretty decent field.
Yeah, good pretty car field. We'll get right into the racing. Again, thank you everyone that can come out and watch this live. We're going to get it going here in just a few moments. I see the 125 from league owner was given an EOL to start off. I think there's some connection issues out there with the 125 of the Lee Ryson Jr. Well, we'll let you know ahead of time here, not so much about what Panic said about the start, but not sure if they're going to throw a quick caution. We as announcers will be taking lap 24 here tonight as a moment of silence for Kobe Bryant, at least on the sports side of the world of things, honoring his great achievements as a basketball player in the NBA. So lap 24, moment of silence for us.
So next 2 laps, the field will do 80 miles an hour with the 8 and the 2 running Kobe Bryant paint schemes out front for the moment of...
Green. Yep, so unofficial green here. They're just going to roll around. So we'll let them show those paints off real quick. Just a quick shout out how big influence, at least on the sports side world, Kobe Bryant was. Great NBA career with the Lakers, and obviously even more tragic, I think, is I believe one of his children were on board with him in that helicopter crash.
Correct.
So yeah, loss of life is terrible no matter which way you look at it, especially for younger children. We'll get down there and look at 8 machine. Daniel Smallwood with the Laker purple and gold.
Very beautiful car, so last minute, good job by John Hendrick and over the top paints.
Yep, one rocking a Chevy. We'll go over to the Ford there in what is the 2 machine, but actually has the 4 set up there on the side for the paint. Brandon Murray in that Ford Mustang. Kobe Bryant, same memorial status for him. All right, cars are going to fall back in line here real quick. And Ms. Michelle, yeah, no problem honoring that little moment of silence there for Tanner. Everyone getting back line real quick. I don't know. I think they're going to do a soft green flag run here. Well, at least a start by call out. So we're going to honor some moments of silence up here in the booth, even though our drivers have already done it. Lap 22 and lap 24 coming up here. A Brucey Raceway USA going to get officially back underway. In the future, I hope those admins tell the guys announcing the race.
Right? All right, let's get back out of here. Green flag officially out on this race. We are green at Daytona.
All right, on to speed we get. Andrew Beston with the pole here. Jeremy Crandall out. I saw the 212 blink real quick there. Hopefully he stays connected. Ray Richard probably the closest guy in points up early in a battle. Matt Egan, Old Bluey in that 057. I see marching around in the front. Guys ducking down to the bottom, 50, 18.
T12 with a little, still a little blink as they go side by side into turn 3 for the first time at speed.
Ronald Klein pretty high up there, position number 8 at the moment, falling backwards is the 76. He continues, he does it safely.
Andrew leads the first lap.
Oh, how about, I think these are some of the first laps led for that 110 so far this year. 212 with 8 of his behind him, as is the 33. I believe the 057's in the same channel. So a lot of guys right there on that inside line being able to talk to one another.
Mark Jackson going to the back there.
Yep, 3-car slips. He's going to be a guy to reckon with here tonight. Podium finish on Thursday that I can remember. Oh, what a bold team there. Oh, 212 blank.
Looking bad.
Now let's make it the 110 blink.
73 and the 44 just run that outside lane there as they try to get a run here.
Yeah, they got Schulchess up there. Trey Galgan wants to maybe move inside. They're breathing those noses hard already. Justin Michaels on that inside line early, or outside, excuse me, moving up early. 81, 49, 44, 73, that outside line looks strong. They just need to get more in line. They need to get nose to bumper a little bit more.
Yeah, the outside line really not that good compared to Talladega here at Daytona. The Xfinity race last night, you got on the outside, you were pretty much lunch because you weren't going to go nowhere. It looked good for about 30 seconds, and then, yeah, parachute came out.
Yeah, it looks like 73, 44 are having trouble. They're already back to the third car in line on the inside of Topper Dugas. 49 gives up early, jumps down to the bottom.
See another outside lane forming behind him with Justin Michael pulling that train.
And Justin Michael starting 30th on the field if my very short-term memory is correct.
Kind of very tame for a start here compared to what we've seen in Happy Hour.
Yeah, it was an anticlimactic start with us honoring the drivers honoring Kobe Bryant. We'll still take that honor up here on lap 24. We'll also take lap 22. So be silent for a couple laps up here. Let y'all enjoy some racing without us talking.
Speaking of Kobe Bryant, Daniel Smallwood now running the outside lane trying to catch up with Ray Richard. Got his own train going.
Got a Bryant teammate up there. I don't see those two guys working together all night, but it looks kind of cool, the 8 and the 2.
Cars pop and leave so much here at Daytona.
And it's scary, though. Some people going up for door draft, like the 057 got a little bit close to Ray Richard. Those guys have already tangled up at Talladega early on in the season. 057 is Matt Egan, if I glanced over that. For people not knowing, he's our Thursday announcing guy, and over at ASN, and trying his hand over at Daytona, running up to 4th already.
Yeah, Boy Bluey having a pretty decent run so far tonight. We're only 8 laps in. Is they going to trap a 3 wide here? No, thought better of it.
Yeah, Cooper got out of the line, and Matt didn't let him back in. So 33 is going to be out on the slow side of the field at the moment. At least that's what I'm going to call it for now. Up to third position inside is the 057 Topper, getting pushed by the 73. Jeremy Crandall, excuse me, I keep saying that wrong. Has not. I see a Mountain Dew machine getting out of line there. That's going to break up. He did that really late. I don't know whose car that was. I think that may have been Andrew Schulter. No. It was Lee Ryson Jr. I didn't see him blink. Maybe he got called for blinking by one of the admins.
A little bit of 2-car tandem here between the 33 and the 73. Topper Dugas and Jeremy Crandall.
Yeah, Topper's really hitting it hard on that door bounce. Ooh, almost made contact with his teammates. Teammates running hard up front with one another, putting on a good show. I think outside line, maybe the tires have officially gone, and now we're dead even with the tires inside to outside.
Just like last night, though, they get to the corner, all of a sudden there goes that outside lane like a parachute.
Oh boy. And obviously they're going to have to make their runs on the straightaways.
73 way out of whack.
Yeah, he had to breathe that thing bad. And I think the dashboard actually probably turned red on him. Maybe we can go inside the 73, get a cockpit view early on here. See what he's having to work with, and you get to see that digital cockpit or digital dashboard barely over the top of the wheel. He is fighting there, trying to keep that thing level with the bumper. Nice, even way through the corner, but the car's jumping around on him more than anything than the wheel. Good push there at the end.
Outside line trying their darndest to get past that bottom lane. They get to him in the middle of the corner and then it just falls off. Hopefully it doesn't become a factor later.
We've seen a lot from over the top motorsports when they get to these super speedways and they get their whole team up there like Misfits has at the moment. And they control inside to outside lane. Oh, oh boy, that could have been bad.
That's gonna put him in the middle. Don't think he hit the wall, but he scared it.
Oh boy, that was almost right there.
Can't believe they saved that.
I'm glad they did, but still a little bit tight to be almost hooking the inside of a car.
Only 13 laps in out of 103. Still got like 91 to go here.
Not with 70% fuel and a 15 incident count limit. I know we say it every week, no fast repairs. So that's also something you have to remember, just like real life racing for the most part on the sim side of things.
Ooh. Boy, Blue was pushing the second place car onto that car off the top of my head.
That's Lane Dugas in the 12th there.
Man, that got tight. Still trying to learn these numbers.
Yep, old Fort Machine Robert Matisse up here. Panic, as you hear me call him, usually down in the field. Only has to check off one number at a time. Now he has to remember everyone's name and number.
The 73 car still looks like it's uncontrollable in that high line.
He's just that the air right on top of him coming off of the 33 who does not have all the horsepower as the inside line. Boy, big push, 8 to 73. 73, oh, he's not going to have room. 8 has it. He pushes him out. There goes 73. That was bound to happen. You called it there, Panic. He was just out of sort.
Double foul through the first 8 and then 4-car breakaway behind them. Maybe more. 88 at Kyle Chadwick, P21. Started this race 31st. We are 15 laps in. He just took 20th from Browder.
Yeah, let's go look at 20th spot then.
I know that don't mean nothing at Daytona, but that's pretty cool.
Let's go back here in the single file action where the guys are just worried about staying up to speed. 85, 88, 18, all around the 12 there. That's points racing, believe it or not. Guys just trying to stay out of the immediate fray. It looks like Travis Browder and the 88 of Kyle Chadwick have hooked up in a tandem. Now they're going to beat out the rest of those single file cars.
Going somewhere.
Yeah, the 18 and 88. Well, 18 doesn't want the 88. I don't know if the 88 wants to move like this, like he's doing. This is not the usual strategy from Team Chevy there.
Nice. He said tonight that he had nothing to worry about at point, so he was going to put it to the wind, and yeah.
Yeah, Travis Browder would need some tremendous help point-wise to get into the top 12 position.
Bump drafting getting a little more aggressive here with Smallwood and Dugas.
Let's go back up front there. 8 machine, 33 there.
2x2, 5 rows deep here. Smallwood shoving the heck out of Topper as they go into 3. We've seen Andrew, looks like that thing's getting a little tight going in the corner, Jeff.
Yeah, it does. It's one of those weird little things here. We'll start to see lap 18 around the speedway. I'm just surprised they kept it 2x2 this long. A lot of the guys behind them are singling out, which makes me think we're close to pit stops here.
Talked about the 88 car 5 minutes ago. He's the 4th car on the outside lane behind McSwain.
Yeah, that hurts machines moving. Trey Galligan's there. Jeremy Crandall's still fighting. I think Smallwood wants down, but that 110 machine's not. 33 finally got in front of the 110, but here comes Smallwood. Good push from Brandon Murray. Smallwood actually leads that lap.
Lap 19, we'll go to Smallwood here at Daytona. Well, lap 18 as they work lap 19. Murray and McSwain. Woo. Yeah,
a lot of door drafting guys out of sorts coming out of that corner.
And that 212 is still blinking bad.
Wow, big old move. 091 and 2 come down from the 8. At least we're seeing this move made, but that's hurt the 88 and the 057 on the outside. Looks like the 73 is going to be picked up, 3rd car in line on the outside.
Comes that 2-car tandem though.
That's the way to get to the front. 88 almost towards the back starting this race, and now looking to try to lead a lap.
Ooh, that's close. Ooh, that's close. Pushing on that right side. Boy, Bluey's shoving the heck out of Kyle Chadwick. Kind of want to be squared down the straightaway. Off to the right just a little bit. Could send that car careening into the backstretch wall. Work lap 20 here.
Yep, here's where you got to get the nose exact. He's down on the inside a little bit. Now we're coming through the tri-oval here at Daytona. Chadwick leads a lap. Matt Egan with the good push. I don't know if Chadwick's going to dump down. He's wanting to stay with the 057 for a moment. Nope, he stays up there. A little bit too late to go down and block in the center of the corner. Brandon Murray out that 2 machine gets back even, but what good tandem. You don't need a line like you do at other speedways. You just need a 2-3 car tandem on that outside. Seems to be the most successful outside run tonight.
Matt Egan moving that 057 around a lot. See Chadwick go to the bottom, leave him hanging. He's going to drop the 057 and 73 back as we start lap 22 here.
Yeah, when we come up the line on lap 22, we're going to go ahead and take that moment of silence for Tanner. and we'll be back here in a second. All right, leaders past the line, and thank you everyone for joining us for that moment of silence. We're going to go into another moment of silence on the next lap, so let's talk about this lap. 88.2 still hold that 057.73 on the outside.
Yes, first world lost a legend today, Kobe Bryant, and for honor of him, lap 24 will go silent as Kyle Chadwick leads right now over Brandon Murray and Zach McSwain going into turn 3 here at Daytona on lap 23.
Zach McSwain, everyone's getting single filed out. Almost time to pit. We're going to go ahead and honor that moment of silence. Kyle Chadwick, 88, leading this lap. All right, lap 24, moment of silence there for Kobe Bryant. We had lap 22, moment of silence for Tanner Eisenhower, and now we saw our race lead off with the 2 and the 8 machine with their paint schemes out front. So big thanks for everyone for joining us for all those tributes there. Now we got racing.
Back in the day, Dale Jr. used to run the wall here at Daytona. They call him the Pied Piper. How fitting is he? Got the 88 leading this race, and they are all, and I mean all 29 cars, single file behind them on the bottom lane here as we see pit stop starting.
Oh, contact, 87.49. No caution out as we
Not going
head
to be
down
caution
pit
on the
line.
apron. Topper involved?
Yeah, something like that. 87.49 we're going to have to go back and look at that because it started with the 49 of Trey Galgan.
What did we talk about in the pre-race, Jeff? Watch pit road and first time down.
Yep, that is where it happened. Trey Galgan did not know the guy was in front of him. Big damage, 73.87. I'm not sure who else got that significant of a damage.
You know what caused that crash? The 212 blinking.
Oh, well, that's how the first one started. I didn't see a blink there from the 212, but obviously there was very little radio communication maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know, the 49 moved up a lane.
Yeah, he was blinking for a second. Then, yeah, blinking for a second, but then he was in the middle of the track to come down pit road, and you just can't do that. And Galgan with nowhere to go gets right into Justin, and yeah.
That is scary, scary stuff. 73 loses the rear spoiler. I think 87 is probably done. That's 2 bad Daytona races this week for him. He'll be rearing to go for Phoenix next week. See who's getting out on the speedway. At the moment, it looks like the 11 car of Andrew Schultz is leading this race.
Yeah, got Smallwood behind him. Pit Road at Daytona always collects cars.
Yeah, and this is how we got strung out on Thursday.
So now I got to ask you this question because it just happened. What do you feel about iRacing and they're not throwing cautions when it's off the racing circuit?
I don't know. iRacing can't be. So it's like what the government should be. How involved should your government be in your day-to-day things? So take that to iRacing. How far does iRacing have to go? Sometimes, you know, it's like in those situations, do you throw it as a league? And that's a question. Here at Loose Lug Nuts, we've tried to never do that. There might have been a time or two that we've tried something new. It just doesn't work out in favor of all those other times it did.
Correct. Yep.
So, I don't know. It's obvious that there's this sphere of influence that they recognize an incident happening on the speedway, right? Maybe they need to extend that back.
Yeah, I think if you got one car spanning the apron, fine, don't throw it. We just saw 6 cars on the inside wall. How is that not a yellow?
Real life, that yellow. And that would have, I don't think that would have screwed over anyone still on the speedway as they were just passing start-finish line.
Kyle Chadwick leading that second pack with Mitchell Reeves and Chris Voiles trying to run down Smallwood here.
Yeah,
and
Smallwood and Andrew Schulte, a guy we don't normally see. Like I said, getting some time from the family to race at Daytona.
Smallwood said he had his glimmer of light. Get out of the way. Going for the lead.
Well, there's a guy in 13th place in points, the 81 of John Shulcheski, running third. This is where he needs to be to finish this race. Compared to where Judd Danielson is running, there's a 7-point gap for Shulcheski to finish in front of Judd Danielson.
Gonna turn this into an 8-car train here in a minute. Oh, 9 cars. Here comes Goggin.
Yep, out of the first stop. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Still amazed we're green. I say that respectfully, too, to our drivers because practice was a bad indicator as always to look at, and now they're just driving differently. One of the predictions came true from Panic, and that was pit road. Now we just got to watch our back straightaway.
49-car Goggin with all that damage involved in that crash is running 7th.
If you got a driver out, I know the ones that are going to be shouted out, 12, 8, our usual ones. But if you got a specific driver you want us to tune into real quick as the 8 gets help from Randy Arms, that 83, first time being up in front of the field, go ahead and shout him out. We'll put the camera on him for a few moments. Just looking at the front here, Smallwood rolling around. Now the pack's starting to reform. We got a starter pack. There's a lot of people, though, off the mark. I would say our top 9 guys right here are the front pack, and the rest of them are still in creation of their own.
Yeah, there's 2 distinct packs. There's a lead pack and the second pack with Matt Egan run that second pack, the 057, in 13th position. Is 6 seconds behind Smallwood.
And I call Shulcheski out for being up at third. No, he's actually a lap down in 26. So he's trying to fight to stay up at the front right now. He's first car 1 lap down. Up here live at the front, still with the 8, Smallwood, Randy Arms, Andrew Schulte. Looks like Ken Richardson making a move on the inside there, Panic. 16 fighting his way up early. Chris Voiles started 29th, I think, on the field. He's there. up in 5th. So guys starting in the 20s now after pitting.
Yeah, that pit stop with all that carnage definitely shook this field up.
No, and with no official yellow, I'm actually kind of worried. When you set up league rooms or whatnot, we went from Watkins Glen here to Daytona. Maybe there was when they set up the room, no cautions were on at the Glen, and this one was set up right after it, I assume. So maybe that's something we have to look at.
Oh, we'll have to see if they end up, piling out on the straightaway or on the actual racing service, because with all that being off the service, I can't speculate if it's,
Yeah. Yeah, we may be jinxing us. That is the usual announcer jinx. You talk to someone, you go to someone, and then they'll end up halfway off the track.
And that second group with Matt Egan is still losing touch with Mitchell Reeves and Kyle Chadwick.
Well, let's go back to Matt Egan in that 057 machine. He's running around in position number 13.
7 seconds off the lead pack, 6 seconds off Chadwick.
Yeah, they need to get a little bit of right too. They need some door draft help to increase their momentum on the track. Increase the effectiveness of that car. As we've seen, like I said, a lot of Facebook ads come out as the 87 officially takes it over the wall. We'll see him in the playoffs next week at Phoenix. Bigger door, or I should say rear fender, coming up in these new Camaros and Fords and Toyotas with the next gen car yet again. Thank you to NASCAR for making us iRacing drivers. Going to have to buy another one.
Actually, that ain't for 2 years. The only thing coming out next year is the new Camaro nose.
Well, that will be an improvement, at least at the speedways. Left a little bit more flat there with the Camaro nose coming up, at least on the iRacing side of things. NASCAR, there's just with that bigger rear fender there, we'll have more downforce over the rear end of the car. It'll be a little bit more bubbled out towards the right rear and left rear. Going around these big speedways, we'll see more downforce. I think we might even see a little bit of slower speeds too.
Could be a possibility. And that pit stop really broke this field up. The only battle you see going on right now is for a second between Richer and Schultz.
Yeah,
Still trying to get that outside lane going, but he's only got Boyles behind him, and that ain't going to go nowhere against 6 cars.
Yeah, that's the battle up front. We got a call out there for the number 12 machine. Let's see where he is rolling around. Looking for him on the speedway. 18th position right now. We'll get back to him real quick. He's on the bubble here tonight too, technically, and 11th place in points. So he needs a good showing comparatively. Now, could still fall out. He's just only 1 point ahead of Judd Danielson and 12th, who's right on that mark. So Trent's going to need to gain a few more spots by the end of the night. Playing it safe early on. Like I said, may not have the best finishes on the field, but does find the checker flag most evenings.
Crazy, there's more cars in the second pack than there's the first pack.
Yeah, who's the leader of the first or the second pack there? Is it
Louis?
Old Bluey's still leading. 057 leading that pack. We'll take a quick eye. Again, McSwain, looks like Jeff Merck there.
Lane Dugas removed from the server.
Yep. Oh boy, the 81 loses connection at that same time too. John Schultz is going to probably put an end to his playoff run.
Ray Richard trying to, excuse me, Ken Richardson trying to do something else. Outside lane ain't going nowhere, Jeff. They keep trying, but it ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, let's go back to that front group. Position number 3 to position number 1, the gap from 3rd to 1st. It's the outside line. We've seen Brandon Murray up there all evening, though, breathing the nose right now.
And just trying to get anything they can get going, and nobody wants to go up there. Really spread out through this pack, except for these first 5 cars. See Browder trying to catch Galgan there, or Galgan, or Rich, I don't know.
Yeah, Trey Galgan. Schulte leading this race. What a good thing. Chris Voiles, though, he won a truck race at Dega with some help. Doesn't look to have a lot of teammate help at the moment. Smallwood there. Going into the playoffs, it's all about some of these wins. Sometimes how you start your standings in the round of 12 for first 2 races. If you got to win, it's an extra bonus point going into the playoffs. So Smallwood could be hunting another one of those. Would make him second in points going in. Ken Richardson down to the front.
Took the lead and left Brandon Murray hanging. That's going to move Murray all the way back to 7th. Unless he finds a hole before then. Oh, Smallwood going up there with him. Thought Orange would maybe peek up, but he didn't.
Nah, Orange is keeping her smart right now. They're breaking up their tandems. This top group's split up into 3 different parts right now. If you came here to Daytona tonight to see some crashes, they're going to prove you wrong, at least through the first 50 laps of this race. Probably about 40 of those under real hard racing green flag.
I mean, we did have crashes, they just didn't count.
Yeah, probably significant too, some of the damage you've seen out there. Not quite sure. I know that 2 machine that we're looking at right there and potential second is actually 2 laps down. I'm wondering if that's part of it, if he was involved in getting hit.
Good call, Jeff. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we just sort of talk about where they are on the track. Right now, he's just up there for teammate support, maybe up there for Kobe Bryant support for that 8 machine. As Ken Richardson, 11, and Andrew Schulte. Chris Voiles and Andrew Schulte have been known to work well.
Talk about anybody can take a win here at Daytona. Look at Ken Richardson leading this pack. Andrew behind him.
He's worked himself there. Andrew is going to be a dominant factor here tonight, I think, as long as he stays out of it for the most part. Look just a little bit further back. A guy that was running with the 88 machine earlier looks like he's got a new running buddy. Travis Browder in position number 6 at the moment with Randy Arms, Trey Galgan behind him. Still on the lead lap with all that damage is the 49.
Can't believe this how far this front pack is left from that second pack. Front pack's coming out of 2 now. Second pack is just going into 2.
Yeah,
they're coming out of it now. Just losing time, Jeff, so bad.
Yeah, they're down to 10 seconds. That would be Matt Egan, 057, start to look at 12th. Jeremy Crandall going down pit road. He's a lap or 2 down. Followed really heavily in that first crash. Looks to have got that spoiler somewhat repaired. No official pitting from the lead lap guys.
Lap a car here. Thornhill.
Yep, 68 going towards the back. Just getting his points, Brandon Thornhill, right now. Brandon Thornhill, I don't think is in the top of the points. No, he's 6. I think he's a little bit safe right now. There's about a 20-25 point gap to him to 12. So that might be a beneficial thing just to finish this race for the 68.
Was it Jeff about lap 30 when they pitted the first time?
Yeah, we were around that mark.
I think I figure about 55, 60s when we'll start seeing them come in again.
I don't imagine there's a two-tire call here tonight. We saw a lot of two-tire calls on Thursday. I don't think that's safe to do in this car.
Did do some two tires last night.
Now we'll have to ask those. We'll have to ask whoever finishes on the podium at this point the way they're racing.
Yeah, I took two tires last night in the Xfinity race and spun myself out coming off pit road. So something to look at if they do take two.
Yeah, hammer down when that tire guy gets the last one on, and boy, that tire difference can be tremendous. Trying to find some action through the speedway. There's not really much going on out here, folks. They're not running it hard in certain spots. It's just come down to pit strategy at the moment, and if someone messes up, how do you deal with that? Right now, they got to assume that they're going green to checkered.
Yeah, really surprised there's single file. There's cars entering pit road there.
Did you get a number on that? Yep, some cars entering. Big names there, Smallwood. I saw Randy Arms there. Tires going up and down. I think second pack is officially pitting. I see Matt Egan getting in the box, 8 out. We'll stick with the guys that originally came in. So second pit stops out and away. Looks like Ken Richardson, Andrew Schulte should be looking to go in with their group next.
Yeah, I thought they were going to pit that last time by, so I kept watching them. They didn't.
No, they're making use of all that fuel. It could matter when we come to the end. Caution, caution. Oh boy, that is going to throw people for a loop. Let's see where it's at. 057. I see Matt Egan getting back out of the speedway, loses control, can never regain control of that car, and it ends up sideways in the corners.
I did the same exact thing in the Xfinity race last night, but I went to the grass. So cautions are on.
Yep, so we don't have to worry about that. 73, Jeremy Crandall off the track for the evening. Yeah, I mean, we just talked about it too, Panic. Getting those drivers two tires, that could be a possible issue right there with the 057.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Lap 50, we get a caution nearly probably halfway through this race. I don't know, pretty decent race if you're counting green to checkered almost. Stuff happened on the track. Drivers adjusted. Pit stops. What really stinks is those guys that were in the middle of their pit stops.
I still think, even with this caution, that we're about 20 away from the grenade. But, we'll see.
I don't know. Out of this right now, this is when they're going to be bunched back up and be all antsy yet again.
I know if I'm McSwain or somebody was in that second pack, I'm going to be antsy because I lost the pack on the first time as we see the rest of the cars come down pit road here.
Yeah, well, we're actually probably going to get an interview here with someone. Schulte, Richardson, guys that started the pack have to pit early. and to boxes. Galgan in. Looks like Trey Galgan blew his box. '88's away. 16's already out of the pits. Looks like a 2-tire stop. Probably a little bit safer under caution for 2 tires.
Oh yeah.
Trent Drum improving his positions. I know we talked about him earlier, so he's there. Jeff Gilmore's moving on up in the racing things here tonight. Quick rundown out of the pits. It looks like Richardson, Schultz is still on pit road. Think he's dealing with family. Lost my top 10. I'll let iRacing get it.
Yeah, I probably got to wait a minute here to let them come around. Fans of Matt Egan, he has pulled it behind the wall and will head to Phoenix. Done for the night on the 057.
Well, let's bring up that 12 of Trent Drum as soon as I find him. There he is. 12 of Trent Drum up here in the booth with us. I mean, dude, I think you're up there trying to finish the race. You find yourself in the top 10 after this caution halfway through the race. What are you looking to do?
I'd like to stay where I'm at. It's going good so far, so I'd like to keep it going.
Well, not that any voodoo on you, or I'm sure you're hyper aware of your points situation. You and Judd sitting there right on the bubble. With 13th place not really staying connected, now you got to worry about the guy behind him. I think is Browder. You gonna be looking to hook up there with the 85 in front of you?
Yeah, I'd like to. We run pretty well together, so I think that's a good idea.
Well, we've said, at least on the YouTube chat, you've been called cautious. Would you like to think you're that way even at a super speedway?
I think I am. I'm not a very aggressive driver, so it don't give me a lot of wins, but pretty decent finishes.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do tonight. Obviously, sitting 11th, 1 point separates you and Judd, and then another 6th to 13th place in points, and 14th place in points is actually Trey Galgan, who's not that far behind that. So, a front to back finish could mean something for you. I hope you do well here tonight. Thanks for coming up and talking with us. We're going to get ready to get back under green for another 50 laps, hopefully.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Well, there with that 12 machine of Trent Drum. I get to hear him. We haven't talked to him in I would say about 6 weeks probably. Last time I think I talked to him.
Got Jeff Merck, Zach McSwain, and Tyler Needham going to take the wave around here with Daniel Smallwood taking the lead. Ronald Klein starting second. Randy Yarns, Mitchell Reeves, and Mark Jackson, your top 5 as we lap 54 here. The lights on the pace car are off.
Well, Panic, we got another half a race to go. Maybe a little bit more exciting now that we're doubling back up. Or is that, in my personal opinion, I think that spells tragedy for some of these guys.
I still think you're 20 laps away from tragedy. My own personal opinion is about 75, 25, 28 to go. I would go, but then again, guys get antsy. Look down there. Oh wait, we're halfway. I gotta go. Yeah, you could be right.
Well, 20 cars now back on the lead lap. Mark McSwain, Needham, Tyler Needham, like you said, getting those wave arounds. It's going to be difficult. Now it's going to be guys fighting for that first car 1 lap down. I know Brandon Thornhill would like to finish on the lead lap. Brandon Murray would like to finish on the lead lap. Can they do that? Is it possible? They need to get up there and push that 83 to victory probably as teammates.
We're going to find out right now if somebody pulled the pin on the grenade yet or not. works his way into turn 3 to get this restart underway. Mitchell Reeves up to 4th. He hasn't been really about top 10 land all night, not top 5 yet. His pace car is off.
Green, green, green.
Back up to speed here at Daytona. It takes about a lap and a half to get these cars all wound up. You see the outside lane not go anywhere.
Nah, but I'm starting to worry. 8's in the lead. 76 and 02 are lurking. This is where Over the Top Motorsports starts to do their thing. Mark Jackson's in there. The whole group is there, and that's not what you want to see from the rest of the field, as those guys are like, oh, we got to leave behind the 76 and 02 on top.
They did too. The 76 now with one of the best restarts of the night. Him and Mitchell stay out on the outside with Judd and Ray Richard behind them. All the way back to 4th at the start and 2nd.
Now, this looks like a good inside start. Like you said, lap and a half. Now's where we got to see if the...
Carter's gone. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he came back. 18 hasn't had connection problems in a couple weeks. Well, probably 4 weeks now for Browder. Been really good.
That's another thing that could break up a pack. See a guy blinking. Oh man, I don't want to be involved in that.
No, Panic saw the deal with the whole pit stop happen because of a blinking car. I saw it from a different angle, but you know, when one guy blinks on another and he does it on yours, it's still a blinking problem.
Klein and Reeves trying to get that outside lane working. Got Danielson and Ray Richard behind them. Goes Trent Drum behind Richard. 2x2 at Daytona, lap 57 underway.
These guys are doing really good door to door right now. They went that way for 25 laps or whatever it was for that first pit stop, and just like on Thursday, that proved treacherous. Call out there for Mark. So Mark is one of the guys you always got to worry about at Daytona or Talladega. He just seems to find the front at the end of the race. That 3 machine can do something spectacular here on these super speedways, and he's got a new looking paint scheme there. We pointed that out there. Got the usual Earnhardt colors, but rocking the new logo on that hood, I think. I think he's got a tribute car himself.
Not a whole lot of side drafting going on, which is really weird because we saw it a lot last night.
They're playing nice right now, I would say.
Yeah, it looked like the hood on Mark's car says Mining Noise, or Noise, I can't pronounce the last name, 38, 1952 to 2020. On the hood of the 3 machine, which is going to the outside of arms right now, hunting the lead at Daytona. Ooh, that water's starting to simmer, Jeff. It's getting ready.
Yeah, I figured that would be. We're not boiling yet. Hopefully they can keep the tempo down towards the end. Oh, 02 loses connection of Mitchell Reeves. He was in the middle of that pack there for a second. That's it's unusual for 02 to do that.
I've never seen Mitchell drop out due to connection.
That's a good indicator of storms. We'll have to watch the 76 and everyone else, including myself here. If you hear me start to robot, maybe those storms have finally caught up with us today.
So 2x2 through this field here. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was going to say we're all in the general living area of storms. I'd hate to see any more drivers drop. Chesky already had that problem. Mitch has had that problem now. Mitch don't really need the points, but he was going for a win. More bonus points.
Jeff Gilmore behind Ray Richard, the 57 car. I haven't talked much about him tonight.
Yeah, Gilmore's there. Gilmore's probably another safe high in points. I should have this memorized, but Gilmore's actually not in the points configuration. He's there for Thursday, but missed a few races here on Sunday. One of the most consistent guys out there coming into this season was the 57. Ray Richards is one of those bubble guys in 9th place in points that still has to have a decent finish here tonight at Daytona. If we're talking about drivers, he's got his teammate right in front of him, Judd Danielson. A good run through 62 laps here, 61 laps, from the 85 and the 44. Yeah, 3-car to the lead. A usual sight here at Daytona and pass. Getting a little bit of help from his teammate. Get pushed out there by Ronald Klein. Got a teammate now behind him again, 8 of Daniel Smallwood.
Really surprised to not seeing the more aggressiveness out of Travis that we see T Rowdy and that 18 machine 4th car on the bottom lane. You just see a lot of aggressiveness out of him, and he's been kind of quiet for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he had some bad races there after he won at Charlotte, and was finding a lot of trouble with that 18 of Travis Browder. He's 15th in points coming into tonight. He's an outside shot to get to that points mark of 12. I don't think he can, but he's doing his best, putting himself in the best position, I should say.
Yeah, definitely. Got Jackson, Smallwood, and Arms, the bottom 3 here. They got a lap to a car.
Yeah, Schulchess making laps, still praying.
Oh, Browder got loose.
Now everyone we're diving here. 81 into the wall a little bit. Comes down, tried to pick up some draft.
Oh, Judd Danielson back there in 5th, running the outside lane. Strong running out of the 85 of Brucey Ware car. Smallwood, well, thought he was going to go to the back. 63 laps complete. Start of 64 here at Daytona. 40 to go. Outside lane is trying so bad to get to that front. Judd Danielson, Ray Richards, Jeffrey Merck, Zach McSwain.
Thornhill going to go a lap down. Didn't he just get a lap back?
I believe
No,
so.
he was still 1 lap down. This is going to be 2 laps down for Brandon Thornhill. He was 1st car lap down, restarting there. So he's going to have to fight with his teammate, Brandon Murray. As I mentioned, Brandon Thornhill just has to finish this race. Doesn't have to do anything spectacular for that 68.
Ray Richards a little sideways through the travel there.
44 get a little bit loose.
Jeffrey Merck trying to follow him there. The
They
outside is a
almost
little
got-
more broken up than the outside.
Yeah, they're still diving and dodging. You see Randy Arms get in the nose. They're doing it in the right spots. Oh, contact, Ken Richardson, Shulcheski, Galgan. Oh boy. No yellow just yet. There's the yellow. That started with the 81.
How are you doing there, bud?
Well, there's your back straightaway crash. Not panic.
Yep. Too much checkup going on and not enough hand waving.
Yeah, that's where you got to be on the mic. Let's go back and look where the 81 crashed.
88 involved in that also.
So far, I think that's the biggest one yet at Daytona this evening. Oh yeah, that started actually in front of
Ray
the
Richer.
81. Yeah,
Ray
started with
Richer
Ray
gets loose.
Richer.
Richard gets a little loose, has to breathe out of throttle. Merck breathes, McSwain nowhere to go. 81 gets tagged by Ken Richardson, and all of a sudden turn 3 is a parking lot.
Yeah, 16 involved, 12's involved, 50's involved. Before the camera goes out on my end.
It's easier to say who wasn't involved.
Yeah, and well, now Brandon Thornhill looks really smart. Ken Richardson beat up. I think Henderson was involved in that one. Ooh, Tyler Needham, that 20 machine. He is 7th in points. He needs to get that thing fixed. Trent's got a beat up side on the rear. Looks like Andrew Schulte made it through. Galgan, second involved incident for him.
11 cars in that pileup.
And just with guys breathing in the car, we were talking about breathing in the car, and all of a sudden, you said as they get down there towards the outside line, can just throw parachute, and that's what happened, and not everyone saw it.
Yeah, I don't know if the 44 got loose or just got a massive run on Judd, but he breathed the throttle, and Merck had didn't know it was coming, and yeah. Just the accordion effect you always see at Daytona and Talladega.
Yeah, I mean, we called out Ray Richter. I mean, I don't know if there's anything you can do. The first guy that loses speed, you can't really do anything about it. It's the second guy in line and how quickly he can get to the mic if needed. That really happened. It was a bang type of incident, and they didn't have much time.
Yeah, and if you're on driving Zach McSwain car, all you're seeing is the taillights of the 60. All of a sudden you're pushing them down the backstretch, having a normal day, and all of a sudden you see the logo on your hood.
Yeah, that's what don't. Well, they're going down pit road. We're actually going to take a quick commercial break here, get those commercial sponsors some time. We'll be right back here on MaxSpeedTV for the finale of tonight's race. Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Ian, and as you know, I am the designer at Abruzzi, and today we're going to talk about karting boots. There they are, they look a bit bland, but as you know, we pride ourselves on being custom at Abruzzi, so you can have your own name, flag, your logo, and look at the colours, everything you could want from under the rainbow. There's suedes, there's leathers, the possibilities are almost endless. There's reds, there's blues, there's greens, orange, pink, everything. Squirrels! No, not squirrels. Gold looks nice though. Get your custom boots and gloves at abruzzi.co.uk. All of our products are high quality and handmade, so get your wear your way.
And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Hollier.
The drivers around the corners as long as they hit their...
Max on lid. We're racing race number 1.
iRacing, the world's biggest premier in online sim racing, gives you, the driver, an experience of a lifetime in competing against some of the best drivers in the world. All drivers take their hand at each track and they want to look good while putting it up front. Wouldn't you like to do the same? Introducing iWrap. One of the leading online iRacing paint venues offers you any custom paint that you desire. Show off your sponsors and style while running some of the greatest sim racers out there and look great while pounding the pavement or spinning in the dirt. Any color or any design, no request is too small. From sprint cars to cup cars, they cover anything you want. Want to show off that local venue? Or how about running one of your favorite real-world drivers' paint? iWrap
Lights
does
on the
it
face
all.
car off, they're
Custom
going into
suits,
3.
Helmets, cars, and logos. Just ask and they will make it look like $1 million while you're going 1,000,000 miles an hour. iWrap produce high-quality virtual paint designs for iRacing vehicles of all kinds. Search iWraps on Facebook and send a message today to make your iRacing experience more than just making laps in a pre-made paint scheme. iWraps, the top of the line in online racing paint wraps.
Now back at it here on MaxSpeedTV, Loose Lug Nuts Racing, a Bruiser Racewear Cup Series, about to get back under action. Second time restarting this field. Here we go, 8 machine, Daniel Smallwood leads us along. Mark Jackson behind him, Jeff Burke on the outside, Randy Arms, Judd Danielson all there. Looks like Ray Richards survived that checkup deal. Randy Arms moving up early.
And Judd did not get going on that restart.
Yeah, a lot like a Klein previous restart.
Drop him and Richard back to 10th.
Oh, there goes Jeff Merck. He wants the outside.
Jackson pushes Smallwood down into 3. Outside lane trying to form here. 88 and the 11 involved in that crash. They're trying to work their way back behind Gilmore.
Jeff Burke, Mark Jackson gets some close action there. Randy Arms still trying to work the inside. Ron Klein there with his teammate.
Nine cars under a blanket here to work their way down the backstretch. Mark and Klein trying to work over Smallwood and Jackson. Going to work lap 72 here. See the 11 trying to catch on to the back of Ray Richard.
Sorry there for my quietness, as kids tend to come up on the mic a little bit in my small little house. But no, these guys are really working side by side. I'm not seeing the intensity we did last time. That's probably due to a smaller pack now up front. Looks like Mitch Reeves getting back on the speedway in front of our leaders here.
Man, Mark, got to be careful poking out the right side there. Shoving Smallwood away from this pack.
Yeah, they don't want to get far out in front. They'll just get railroaded past one another.
The pack on past Reeves. Randy Arms explain a driver run that bomb lane behind Jackson. Jackson looking at the outside of Smallwood as they work their way into turn 1. He wants to leave with Burke behind him.
Move. Yeah, he can. Randy Arms, though, one of those guys looking for another win with Daniel Smallwood to pad those bonus points. Yep, number 12 is 1 lap down after that incident. He had some major repairs going on.
Brought her over the place. Woo.
That 18 machine got a little bit loose through the center of the corner.
Andrew Schulter involved in that last crash, trying to make his way back up through here. Mark Jackson leads here at Daytona, 74 laps, start lap 74, excuse me. So
Yeah,
30 to go.
11 was leading that race. That's what damage can do to you. He's still got some hood damage. He is, though, first car 1 lap down. Talking about drivers holding on to every breath for every point. Judd Danielson is there. Trent Drum has a little bit of work to do. He's probably got to fight for that lead lap. Looks like he's got a little bit of help there with Trey Galligan, a guy that really wants to beat him on the speedway.
And that 18 car is getting massively loose.
Oh, you said you wanted to see more aggression from Travis Browder.
That kind of aggression. That's big one number 3 aggression is what that looks like.
18 there in position number 8 or roundabouts as they change up quite a bit going through these straightaways.
This is why we haven't given a rundown tonight, because it really doesn't matter. Because next lap it changes.
Ah, well, they didn't give us a good chance for a rundown for the first 50 laps.
Andrew at Thornhill. Woo! Thornhill back on lead lap?
No, he's still 1 lap. He got the wave around from the crash, though. So that's
68 trying his butt off to get it the hard way.
Yeah, 68 and 11 are the fighters right now. 2 cars, 1 lap down. Brandon Thornhill now by a car and a half over the 11 for first car, 1 lap down. It's a good spot to be in unless you're in it, obviously.
Mark and Klein on the outside lane really don't have that big a help from Judd and Ray Richards as the Smallwood, Mark Jackson, and Arms have.
Passing some lap cars here. Jared Daniels,
111.
John Henderson in that 111 machine. Mark Jackson just did the old runaround on the 8. His teammate used his other teammates on the top side to get him up to first.
Murphy,
May
that
seem
massive
like we're
run down the
sitting here.
backstretch.
What? That comes from help from the 85, the 3rd car in line. Looks like Ron was a little bit wanting to breathe the nose in those points too.
That's the thing that sucks about these tight racing here at Daytona and Talladega is you have to put air on these cars, and yeah, you get that massive run and breathe it a little bit, and we saw what happens when you breathe it too much.
Just as they get through that center of that corner, you lose almost 2 car lengths compared to what you could get on the straightaway. That's, you know, something else here at Daytona. I'm still used to seeing them side by side. Obviously, the NASCAR side of things, I think they'll fix that with a more stable setup. Going another lap down, still praying for points. He's going to have some major help from Trey Galgan, Trent Drum, Judd Danielson, all those guys. Most of them I just said are still on the lead lap, minus Trent Drum, who's fighting now in 17th place for that first car, 1 lap down. He's got to catch the main pack though. Looks like easy racing up here, man. I don't see too much trouble brewing.
Oh no, that 76 is doing what that 18's been doing, washing up and down the track a little bit, so it don't look like much from the outside, but trust me, on the inside, you're swatting flies.
Yeah, I've always remarked that the 76, I don't, he's, to me, it looks odd where he tries to breathe the cars at. I don't normally see cars doing that or remark on cars doing that either. It works for him, obviously, but just odd points to poke the nose out for that fresh air.
Yeah, normally people are doing it going down into 3 or going down into 1, maybe even a little bit down the backstretch, but he's... I see what you mean. Trying to take the lead from Jackson here.
Yep, Brandon Murray over on the YouTube side of things now, rooting on his fellow drivers. I know he's pulling out there for that 8 machine with the Kobe Bryant paint scheme.
Klein pulls down to the bottom, leaving Merck with Danielson and Richard. That surprises me.
Yep, short there comes from Brandon Thornhill.
Gonna have a gap here.
So do you, obviously you still need to pit in this situation. How close do you run it up to the numbers? Obviously I think a short pit would be the smart thing to do here, around 85 at most.
Yeah, but if you short pit and they have a crash and then the caution comes out, it gives you the lead if you don't lose a lap. So yeah, I can kind of see that. Me, I'm going to run that thing till it's dry, personally.
Well, I mean, running until it's dry on this scenario, I think that gets you really close to the mark of finishing the race. We're going to 103.
Yeah, about 25, 28 was the max.
They're going to run it up close to lap 95, and I just think that's too little time on the speedway at max at your full speed to get any positioning done on track.
Talking about Jed Danielson, he's going for the lead.
Well, yeah, Uzi wants to win Sundays. Now they got to challenge Mark Jackson, who's held down the spot for at least 10 laps.
Yeah, Mark Jackson, Jed Danielson, Daniel Smallwood, Ray Richard, Jeff Merck, Andrew, right there. See Zach McSwain trying to get back in this.
Yeah, McSwain's still on the lead lap, even with being involved. I think he had a little bit of damage from that checkup crash.
I wonder if they're getting ready to pit, Jeff, because every time somebody goes to the outside and gets a gap on the bottom, they take it. So I wonder if they're getting single file here to pit.
Yeah, I would imagine so. At least not from the outside line. If the drivers are listening, I hope they're not. I hope they're focused on the speedway. Do not pit from the outside. We've seen that twice. That
here we go.
So bad. Here we go. Mark Jackson late treat to pit. Smallwood.
I can't believe
worried
Smallwood
about his speed.
I can't believe if he didn't get a speed penalty. That 8 car was flying.
Yeah, we'll stick with these guys on pit road. I think Jed Danielson, Ray Richard were the two to stay out with Andrew Schulte helping them, so they're not done with speed yet on the track. 2 tires is probably the key here. Hopefully the rest of the guys know that.
See the guy lose it on the apron already. Try not to do that. So if you lose it on the apron, that's going to take you completely out of it if the caution don't fly.
First group pitted is out and away. Not too much of a gap between drivers.
Second group pitting now with Judd and all them.
Yep, smart move here from these guys. Hopefully they all got down to speed. Looks like Judd's slow on the throttle. Gilmore makes up a position. Maybe Gilmore's high on the throttle. Out and away is the 57. 85 looks like he's has some problems in the pit. Ray Richards out and away. We'll have to see where everyone ends up. Looks like the 3 and the 8 have made a 2-car tandem. There they go past Ray Richard. Jeff Gilmore's next up on the chopping block for guys coming off of pit road.
Yeah, the 8 and the 3 had a fantastic pit stop.
Well, they worked well together. Andrew Schulte just coming off of his pit. He's going to go back a lap down. Actually, he's going to go laps down now. Bad for that 11 machine. Doesn't get to race too often.
Klein and McSwain catches Smallwood. Arms and Mark with them.
We're looking at these guys because these were the guys leading, but there is actual technical leaders on the track. Trey Galgan, Kyle Chadwick, and Tyler Needham, 1, 2, 3, about 10 seconds ahead. Not sure if they've pitted yet or they're just running the gambit saying, I'm not going to pit just in case of a caution. It could end up a bonus for them.
Yeah, I don't believe they have pitted yet because they were 10 seconds behind, now they're 10 seconds ahead, so. I think the battle for the lead is going to be between the 3, the 8, and the 76.
Shaping up a lot like Thursday's race between that team. There goes the 8 making the move on the 3.
Got Merck pushing him. Gilmore pushing Merck.
Now this is for a technical 4th place run, but they're making up so much time on these the real leaders on track. They'll close that gap.
Oh yeah, went from 7 seconds to 4 that lap as Browner gets off the apron. Woo.
Oh,
He looked unstable all night.
Yeah, he heard you. He was fine until you said something.
I probably should be racing instead of watching the broadcast.
Exactly. Well, 81 has to get out of the way here. He has a tremendous amount of damage, got disconnected. Eight jumps down in front of the 3. They're going to be right on top of these technical leaders in just a second.
Ooh, that was close between Andrew and Gilmore.
Everyone's dicing. They're noticing the different speeds here. There goes Daniels. Wow, dodging and diving here. They go around the 20. There is like a 30-mile-an-hour difference, 40-mile-an-hour difference between these cars.
That was nuts.
Hey, that was crazy. Inside, outside, inside.
What they did was break up that pack.
Yeah, that's what happened. Well,
People were making an aggressive move on McSwain.
Yeah. Let's go back and look around that 9th spot.
Gilmore trying to catch back up to Klein. Make this a 10-car battle instead of a 4. Andrew pushing him. Lap down there.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to make up points and you're not in or not make up points, but if you're not in the points battle, all those guys sitting in front of you are either in or just racing for the heck of it. This might be the points race is going to happen behind all these guys at the moment, and we're going to have some wild moves thrown at one another here at any moment in the next 10 to 13 laps. Ooh, tight 3 wide situation.
Browder and Andrew there.
Yeah, Browder using Schultz as a pick.
I mean, you got to go. It's 12 laps to go here. Oh, 76 in the O!
Wow, that was almost big contact.
Let's go take Klein out of it. No caution.
He actually gets back on the speedway clean there, Panic.
Oh, let's go take him out of the race, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm trying to go back on my end and see what happened in that 76 if you got maybe punted a little bit. Yeah. 11 came down a little bit too far on that exit. Good job for Ron to get a hold of that car, though.
Yeah, because I did that last night. It started straight to the inside wall and killed the motor, so kudos on him.
That probably, unless barring that flag coming out, that's the last we'll see of 76 on the evening.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that flag is coming.
It could be. I don't imagine it'll be a surprise for anyone out here watching or not. Again, thank you for everyone for tuning in to MaxSpeedTV. A lot of active viewers out there. I'm sure everyone's been involved, at least watching. I know our usual people. If you're not comfortable chatting on the YouTube side of things, just type in, say hi, and who you're here rooting on. And again, thank you for coming out as we enter the last part of this race here tonight.
11 to go as they work down the backstretch here, getting a lot more dicey than they were 20 laps ago.
I thought they would be singled out by now.
No, I think if you're Browder or them, you got to go now because it takes forever to complete a pass here. So you don't want to be waiting till the last lap and be 6th place going, yeah, I can still win this race. Nah.
Now, Andrew Schultz is a lap or 2 down here. So we've seen the 3, the 8 up at the front most of this race. Jeff Mark could do with a win. He's involved in the points and whatnot. He could do with a quick bonus point. That'll jump his status up in Phoenix next week. Browder probably needs a win to even get close to being into the top 12.
How do you feel about the 11 being up here, Jeff, with 2 laps down in the lead pack?
I don't see any teammates of his. Usually he runs around with the 87. Those guys, and I'm just not seeing it where he's at. It's troublesome. If he, obviously, a guy wants a push, right? But if you push the wrong guy, and it could be dangerous. We're here, Mr. D'Amico. Let us know when you got
side by side.
We'll keep talking.
Win this race.
How about it, Mr. D'Amico? You got us, Mr. D'Amico? All right, well, hopefully we're back here in the closing laps of this race. It's getting dicey. Quick shout out there back in South Africa. Thanks for joining us from very far away.
And Browder. On to the bottom there.
I still think the outside guy could potentially win this race. Mark Jackson looking for some extra run here. Mark Jackson used that bonus point too. He's sitting 8th in points entering tonight. That'll move him up towards the top 4, top 5 in points starting at Phoenix if he can do it. Smallwood now takes it away from his teammate though, says, I want it.
Randy Arm's getting really impatient with the 11.
I think they all are. I think they want the 11 to get out of it. If they're signaling that much for the 11 to get out of it, I don't think it helps Mark Jackson, obviously. But here we go, 3 wide. Now's the time to do it. Lap 98 around the space. It's not going to help if the high outside line can't move. I don't think the third one's
Get more loose. 3 by 3 for third. 5 for second. Arms.
Oh boy. Good driving on that line there, though.
Arms will McSwain and Thornhill behind him. So we got 2 left cars in this lead pack. 3 if you count Reeves.
Mark Jackson with a block on the real high side.
Ooh, that's gonna woo! Oh, I thought he was gonna get turned there.
Andrew Schultz probably has to feather the pedal out of this one. He's not involved in it. He should. Oh boy, they're getting close. McSwain almost touched. Maybe iRacing side touched. They touched doors.
Still 3 by 3.
Antsy.
Oh, the 11 guys shoved the door out of the 3. 5 to go.
What crazy racing we got going here, Tony?
Yeah, this is off first. This is in for the win.
And that Smallwood's got that locked on the bottom at the moment.
4 to go here. Oh, she's boiling. Oh, she's boiling.
Yeah. That temperature has reached the boiling state for sure. What a great time to have 3x3 racing going on, though. I think the outside group has lost momentum. They ducked behind, almost touched the 11 there. 83 out of proportion. Guys scramble around.
Right on the apron.
We want to Shulcheski on the high side getting the lap.
Can't believe they hung on to that. Woo. Jackson
Good
trying
job
to run small
hanging on to
one.
it. Schultz is only a pusher. I mentioned he had hood damage. If he gets out in front, he's just going to slow down the entire line.
Oh, there you go!
Oh, contact! Caution. It looked like it started around the 60, not quite sure. Replay coming up.
Oh, 60 just came up with too much.
Yeah, 60 came up just a little bit off the yellow, but there was a 3 wide situation happening. 83 looked like he was going to pinch it tight, trying to get around that 11. And
Yeah,
contact
going for the
was
side
made.
draft. Yeah. Side draft, warned to caution for, I believe, only the third time here tonight.
Yeah, but we're going to come down to a green-white curd event.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Yeah,
I ain't
more
pitting.
action from Daytona.
I ain't pitting. Remember, 3 attempts at the green-white checker here in Lugnuts. If it's any indication like Indy, we went through them all.
Yeah, we did. First race of that new year of 2020. And, boy, we burned them all down. That could happen. You talked about 18 having a great potential to win this race. The way he was racing there at the end, I think he doubles down right now, sitting third. He's going to start inside, obviously, if these guys don't pit. First car, 1 lap down there, I believe, is Trey Galgan. Oh, Trey, if I'm saying your name wrong, send me a message there on the old Facebook. Just like Mr. Shulcheski did. It will only take me 4 to 6 weeks to get your name properly.
Man, I kind of feel bad for Smallwood here. We've seen how these restarts have worked, and he's going to be on the outside.
Yeah, and that parachute effect is going to come in. So what's the call? Obviously, if you're 1, 2, 3, maybe even top 5, you don't pit. Do you pit if you're outside these guys right now? I see Gilmore's down.
Oh, there's 9 cars on the lead lap, so if I'm 5th, I'm pitting. Wait, what do you got to lose? There's only 9 cars on the lead lap.
Jeff Merckx down there on pit road. .28 are off the speedway. There's not going to be too many guys left on the track, so to say. Some of these guys might get back out there.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a lot of more help on the bottom than the outside lane. This might be Mark's race to lose.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you say a lap and a half to get up to speed. I don't know. Can Smallwood get that momentum back, or does he jump quick to the inside behind Browder?
You got Mark, Smallwood, Browder, McSwain. Your top 4 here. Mark on pit road right now, so he's showing 5th, but
Ronald Klein, the guy we counted out in that green flag run.
close saving a beauty by that man. Whew, that thing was going.
Yeah, 76 has to be proud of himself. Now finds him in another situation to go win this race. Well, now that we got the time, I'm going to go ahead and thank those sponsors. Obviously, tonight's sponsor of Brucey Racewear USA, your way for the Sunday Cup sponsor. Saturday, sponsored by Scoops Old Fashioned Shop Ice Cream in Port St. John, Florida. There with the 73 team. Support the Troops Truck Series, ASN on Thursdays. MaxSpeedTV, Lugnut TV, Over the Top Designs now. I got that right, John, and everyone that comes out and helps support the whole deal with our 3 main nights.
It's been a fantastic race tonight. Everything Daytona is single file to pack racing to the big ones to pit road incidents. We've had it all here tonight, and we still get it there a little over time.
Yeah, if you wanted a dab of everything, you can get it here. And it's been good racing, too. It's not been, maybe a little bit of a drag race for the first 50, but they've shown some excitement in the last half.
That's any Daytona race. You're going to go baby it for the first half. You'll watch the 500 here in a couple of weeks. They'll baby it for the first half, and then lap 100, it's lights are out, paycheck is cut, and we're going for it. It's the same way here. You have to run that at Daytona. You have to run the first half, babying it just to survive to the second half. They don't pay the money in the first half.
That is true. 11 car off the track. Yeah, just want to put it out there. We have, only so many weeks left in Lugnuts before we hit. Probably I'll go ahead and call our spring break. Pace car lights are out, so they're going to double back up, hopefully, for our last run here tonight. But if you're wanting to join Lugnuts, go get signed up. Right now, you can't run the Cup, the Xfinity, or the trucks, but you can go run Tuesday nights. They're running a Wheelman Street Stocks Cup type deal. Different cars on Tuesday evenings and hosted, from what I can tell, for the remainder of that season. Trying to recruit, trying to see different drivers out there. If you got the time, come join us. If not, dirt side of things on Wednesday and Friday. Still like to see drivers joining that division. That would be on its own iRacing port. All this information you can find is on the Facebook page, Loose Lug Nuts Racing Group. Go look them up if you're interested.
Give you a quick rundown here as I run down the backstretch here. Mark Jackson, Neil Leader, Daniel Smallwood, Travis Browder, Ronald Klein, Judd Danielson, Ray Richard, Zach McSwain in 7th, Trey Galgan in 8th, Gilmore, Jeff in 9th, and Jeffrey Merck is 10th. That's all the cars on the lead lap as we get ready for the first attempt at a green-white checker. Kind of hoping the only attempt, but also as a fan, kind of hoping not.
Yeah, mixed opinions, especially up here in the booth. You want to see all the action you can talk about, get all the excitement you can for your audience. And we may just have that here. 10 cars lead lap. Obviously, if you're a car 1 lap down, Tyler Needham, Kyle Chadwick, you're hoping for a change of fortune. Here we go. Pace car going to be dropping any moment now. There it goes. We're going to be in the box of the green real quick. Green, green, green. Back at it. Oh! Contact between 76 and 85. They get going. They stay straight at least.
Wow. Ryder was on the apron too there for a minute. Smallwood going for the lead on Jackson with Klein pushing him. Ray Richard pushing Klein.
Smallwood jumps on. We still got to get to the white flag, people. Smallwood with a quick jump. Car shuffling towards the back. The points race is mostly in the back of this field at the moment. Ray Richard, though, looking for a win, as is everyone else. Mark Jackson pushing hard on the 8. Has to gap him to get towards the outside. There goes Mark Jackson to the outside.
Mark with help from Klein and Ray Richards. They take the white flag here at Daytona. All bets are off. Next flag ends the race. Smallwood with help from Browder and Danielson.
Mark Jackson gonna dump it to the bottom. Judd and Ray Richard gotta worry about this right there. At least Judd does, but he wants a win. You gotta smell a win here. Jackson blocks the inside. No, gets punted to the outside.
I don't know about that move, but it's It's working out for him. Jack Klein pushing down the corner. Now he cuts off Smallwood.
Oh, contact. B618. 76 with a bad wreck there. Doesn't collect anyone else. It doesn't
Ball went
look
to the
like.
outside. Side by side of the line. Oh, they're gonna crash.
Oh, wow.
Jackson upside down with the checker flag.
Woo! What a finish. Let's go back and look at that crash there with Mark Jackson coming across the line.
Coming across the line. I think he was on 2 wheels across the line.
Yeah, they were fighting to nail. That's what you want to see. 18-8-3. Well, I'm going to get these drivers ready for an interview. Get us a quick rundown of that finishing.
Yeah, finishing order here at Daytona. Mark Jackson is your winner. Daniel Smallwood is second. Travis Browder rounds out your top 3 in the podium. Judd Danielson takes 4th. Trey Galgan is 5th. Ray Richards 6th. Jeff Gormore is 7th. Jeffrey Merck back up to 8th. Ronald Klein will finish 9th after the contact on turn 3. Zach McSwain, your top 10. Ronald Klein, the first car 1 lap down. Tyler Needham, Kyle Chadwick, 12th. The last car 1 lap down. Guys here from there on out are 2 down and more. Brandon Thornhill, 13th. Brandon Needham, Trent Drum, Jared Daniels, Randy Arms, Andrew Schulta, John Henderson, Mitchell Reeves, John Suseski, Brandon Murray, Chris Boyles, Ken Richardson, Matt Egan, Jeremy Crandall, Andrew Fresden, Lane Dugas, Justin Michael, Topper Dugas, and Lee Ryson Jr. round out your 31 cars here at Daytona as the finish.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get in those interviews. I'm going to get the winner up here right away. Mark Jackson, what a finish. Upside down, though, but still, what moves you were making entering 3 and 4, blocking, getting down to the inside. Boy, you just took charge up there.
Man, we had a special person on board tonight. My good friend Monty Noyes passed away last Saturday. Learned a good friend of mine. Did a lot of super speedway racing at
Cutting out a little bit there, Mark.
really blessed.
All right, a little bit of a mic problem there from Mark, but we'll go ahead and, talk about your race there. Putting yourself in the best position. You get a bonus point for winning a race here. It's going to help you going into the playoffs on the Cup side of things. What a night to roll in and finish off the regular season here.
Man, I'm just super, super happy. Proud to be a part of this league. Thank you guys for the broadcast and the Bruising Cup Series, our sponsor for this series. My sponsor, Hedrick. My teammates, man, we played a good strategy and we battled to the end. There was just
I think we lost Mark Jackson there, but I'm pretty sure we all know what he's going to say. Well, I know he's going to at least thank on his teammate side of things. John Hedrick for Over the Top Motorsports leading the team and all the drivers that were involved. And obviously, a special shout out from Mark Jackson to his buddy Monty Noyes on the hood of that car, 1952 to 2020 here. So we'll hopefully hear from Mark Jackson during the playoffs when that mic is all fixed up and ready to go. But Daniel Smallwood's going to be up here, and Panic's going to get that interview.
Daniel's Panic at the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Man, talk about that finish, because that was insane.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. I didn't know where Travis was going to go. I tried to get Ron to go with me, which he did. He got me clear. Then Mark went and moved up, which that's what he had to do. It was fun. I thought I'd get a run off of 4 and Travis might push me or something, but he stayed in, tried to give me second place. That's understandable. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. How do you feel about tonight's race after kind of a dominating performance and then come down to that finish?
We ran out front a long time. I wanted to put this car out front. It's really a similar race. I mean, I didn't even want to run it, honestly. But after I heard Brandon was there, and I thought I'd do it with him. And I hope we gave him one last good ride.
Hey, man, Nathan, congrats on your second place. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
I owe this one to Kobe Bryant. He had a great basketball career. He made me love basketball even more than I did. I played basketball as a kid all the way up till Lord, I don't even know. But I went to him. I gotta thank my guys, John Hendrick for letting me run his paint it for me at the last minute. Mom and Dad, everybody watching, all my fans. I enjoyed it a lot. Enjoyed doing this. I think we're the regular season champion, so that should be good for us. I want to thank Brandon for running the pace with me, letting us do everybody up here. Luce letting us do the parade lap. That meant a lot to me and him, I know. Everybody here makes all this go around. You guys up in the booth, you all do great. Thank you.
Yeah, man, thank you, and congrats on all that tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, hopefully the mic bombs don't continue onwards. Let's go ahead and talk to third place here this evening. Mr. T. Rowdy probably needed to win the race, but put yourself in a great position. It's going to come down and get into points for you. 2 nights I've got to talk to you on Thursday, now tonight, all about the just who finished where.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm in the playoffs or not because I was like 13 points below the line, so I had to get a good solid run. But hopefully I'm in. But if not, we'll go have some fun here and get ready for next season.
Yeah, I mean, you had a little bit of contact on that last lap, but that's coming to the line, and hopefully people out there know about that. It's not real life, so you can put these sim cars in a little bit more of a hazardous situation, and you did, and it was real tight racing, still a third place finish, and I think you've come into 2020 towards the end of 2019 into 2020 running some of your best races. I know you had the win at Charlotte, but I still think you're running better now, and I think you can continue that as long as you in the style of racing that you've been doing, a little bit safer, and we saw you turning up the heat when you needed to.
Oh, absolutely, Jeff. Patience was key at Daytona out here tonight, so we had a really good solid race. We ran clean all the way to the line. It was a great race, pretty intense race. That was a lot of fun.
All right, well, go ahead and thank those guys you need to for third place.
Alrighty, John Hendrick over the Top Paints and Designs. You guys up there in the booth from MaxSpeedTV, all my friends watching, all my fans from Browder Nation. We had a great run tonight, so looking forward to the next race. Let's do it.
All right, see you next week at Phoenix.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
Yep, and as we let Travis Browder go, well, Panic, little final thoughts. I think Judd made it into the playoffs, so we'll get to see a Bruzy race in the Bruzy playoffs. I don't know. What are we looking at, Phoenix? We're into the flat track racing.
I think just a real tight race car and loose off the corner. Getting ready to start this. It's going to be a good championship race. It's definitely going to be a good championship run. Hopefully no dominance like you see in real life, but it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, top 12 will be posted up really shortly on the Facebook side of things. Obviously, we'll get into that early at Phoenix next week. But thank you for everyone for coming out and joining us. All the sponsors involved here tonight. Thank you for joining us early, hearing from our sponsor and Judd and his big announcement on the side of a Bruzy's. But a Bruzy Racewear USA. Go check them out if you can. Big thanks out here to Panic and Michael D'Amico letting me talk away here on MaxSpeedTV. Anyone that, like I said, that wants to join up at Lugnuts, come sign up. Find us on Facebook. After all that, guys, though, we'll see each and every one of y'all next week at Phoenix. Stay safe, everyone.